Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. I'm going to do one cast this evening. It's May 17th, Sunday night, Sunday evening. I've been fishing for quite a while. It's been real slow. Water is off. Talk a little bit about that. Evidently, a lot of rain fell to the east of us yesterday. I posted that image on yesterday's one cast. Oh, by the way, when I checked the YouTube upload today from yesterday, somehow I got put on private instead of public. You know, I do this, I'm almost up to 2,000 times in editing and uploading, and I do the same thing every time, I think. And I click the public instead of private. It's really, really hard to mess that up. So, I don't know. Sometimes I want to blame YouTube, but it's probably my mistake. Anyhow, I switched it to public when I saw it. So that's why it was a day late. Rainfall yesterday. Bull Shoals has come up 3 feet in the last 30 hours. And for Bull Shoals to go up 3 feet at the stage that it's at means that Bull Shoals itself, not from this lake, they didn't get much at all. Well, they ran some water yesterday and last night. But most of the rain that they got in Bull Shoals yesterday was from rain, and it continues to rise. It's, let me check real quick. I haven't checked it for a couple hours. It's at 690.55, 690.5. The top of the flood pool is 695, so it's 4.5 feet from the top of flood pool. The White River at Newport, which is way downstream from Bull Shoals Dam, is flooding, so they cannot release water, or they're not going to release water from Bull Shoals because it would flood some areas down in Arkansas. They are not releasing water out of Table Rock because Table Rock is at 922.4. It's come up more than 2 feet, but they have the top of their flood pool is 931. So they've got a lot more room in Table Rock right now than any other lake in the chain. Beaver is full. Bull Shoals is almost full. So they are allowing Table Rock to come on up instead of going into Bull Shoals because Bull Shoals is almost full. So it's kind of a management issue that the Corps is having to deal with, and so really they have no choice in the matter. So we probably will see no generation all week this week, or for most of the week. We're not supposed to get any rain until next weekend, and right now they're saying it's not going to be much. We are hoping that's the case because all of us below on Lake Taneycomo, of course, we're susceptible to flooding, and also below the White River, down in that area that's already flooding. They don't need more water from Bull Shoals. So there is a pretty stiff wind, and I don't know what direction it is because when I was fishing over there, it was blowing out of the south, and now it's blowing out of the north. So I think it's blowing out of the west, and it's just hitting me from both sides. It's been slow. I've been trying fly fishing until I broke my fly rod. I was planning on throwing a scud on one cast until I stepped on it. And so I'm going to throw a jig because that's the only thing I got in my boat. But fishing's been slow. Fish have been active, but I didn't try a scud for very long. That's what I was fishing with when I broke my rod. But they wouldn't hit a soft tackle. I caught a few on a micro jig, a Turner micro jig, and they wouldn't really take a zebra midge or a soft tackle, which was really surprising because they are hitting the surface some. So enough talk. I'm going to throw, it's a 16th ounce Sculpin and Peach. Here, I'll hold it. Okay, I'm stepping on all kinds of stuff. Sculpin head, Sculpin Peach, 16th ounce. Very clumsy today. Get the jig wet. I'm going to throw with the wind, so I'm going to throw this direction. So I'm going to get a little bit further out in the lake though. I have been working the shallow side, and I'm going to be working the middle towards the deep side now. I'm just above the narrows. I started at lookout. So I'm pretty much going to throw straight up lake. Man, that wind just will not lay down. I would think they would hit a jig pretty good. As active as they seem to be. But I kind of wanted to catch something or use something besides a jig on one cast because I've been using a jig a lot. And maybe they won't hit a jig. I think I'm one cast. Fishing has been a little, well, kind of off today. We've had different reports. Some guys were catching white bass up at below Lookout today. That was actually the first thing I tried. Dwayne had a trip and they caught him again with the Berkeley pink power worm under a float. Down at the landing, around the fish house mainly. Said he had 20. He had two people with him, and he said he had 22 doubles. A double is when they both have a fish on at the same time. He said a lot of the fish were the stockers, and they're not real big. He said 10 inches or so. But he said about every fifth fish they'd have a pretty decent one. No bites. See, they're eating midges. The fish I have caught up here are pretty nice fish. There's one. I've got the boat pointed into the wind where I can hold it and I'm throwing back behind. Well, just lost him. Came off. Throwing back behind the boat with the wind. Fishing about 4 or 5 foot of water. I think I just had a bite. I think I better check my hook. I had in for a second. See if it's sharp. So that's 2 fish I've lost. Ooh, that's sharp. Must be the operator. I did try a white jig a little bit up at Lookout, trying for the white bass, and didn't get any bites. They caught those white bass on a white rooster tail, they said, and they were nice ones. They were big sows. Ooh, that's a nice rainbow. These are real nice. It's the best fish of the evening. Ah, 13 minutes into the video. There you go. About 17. You know, I never measure these things, but I got my tape right here. I really do hate to touch them. If you'd hold still just a second. I knew it. That's why I don't measure them. That's exactly why I don't measure them. Okay, he's 17 and a half. I said 17, so. Didn't hurt him, that's for sure. Okay, I think I said I was using 4-pound line. Okay. Tie this back on. I've got a couple of other rods, but they got 1/8 jigs on them. That's not going to work here. Water's too shallow. They're still jumping. Kind of wish I had my fly rod. I'd be trying a zebra midge. What I probably need to do is just come up here and try different sizes and colors, and because if they're jumping like this and eating midges, they've got to hit a zebra midge. I mean, that's what they're eating. Just not showing them the right size and right color. Yeah, I just missed one. Missed another one. This is the area that we've seen some big swirls. Dwayne's lost a couple big fish just right here at the top of the Narrows. Over here in the channel. Seems like there's at least one resident big fish. Keeps eluding everybody. I don't know for sure if they're going to leave the water off this week. I'm just guessing. They might run a little bit. Don't know. But we were really surprised when the water, they shut it off this morning. And I didn't realize that the areas east of here got that much rain, and the Bull Shoals was coming up like it was. But of course the Corps, they keep track of all that stuff. They know exactly what's running into a lake and what the estimated crest level is, where it will crest and when it will crest. I always do that. I always forget to move the camera back. Nice. Putting on a show. Sure be fun to catch rainbows this size on the fly rod. I just learned how to do them. That's about 16. These fish are going nuts. I can't see what's hatching. Oh, there's one boat below me and there's one boat above me, so not many people out today. That's a pontoon. Oh, I just missed one. Well, there's quite a bit of moss on the bottom in here, I guess. Long, stringy kind. Missed him. Another jumper. Not quite as big. He's only about 13. He wasn't done fighting. He just paused long enough where I could get him out of the water. Couple more casts. Oh, I just missed one. That's twice they've hit it on the first drop. I think I picked up some moss. A little bit. For my last cast, I'm going to go up just a little bit up here. Yeah, the wind's really died. Well, I thought I could move into a new place and throw and get a fish, but I did not. I had a little moss on my jig again. Well, thanks for watching. we'll see what they do with the water. I'd like to come up here and do some more fly fishing. I'll have to get another rod though. We will see you tomorrow.